Yes, now be attentive everyone. We have done with the simple probability and marginal probabilities rule. Today now we take up with the next concept, that is law of addition. So in the summary, rule 2. In the summary you will give the heading rule 2. What happened? In positions? Vilas did not check? Okay, I'll check that. Rule 2, law of addition. Silence! In the summary, give the heading rule law of addition. Now, addition means union. A union B, or for 3 events it will be A union B union C. Okay, law of addition will be denoted by union, and for 2 events A union B, and for 3 events A union B union C. Now, first of all, rules are very simple, laws are very simple. Formulas somehow you remember by writing 100 times. But the problem is in the exams that identifying whether is it rule 1 or rule 2 or 3 or 4, 2 more rules are going to come. So problem is reading the question, how to find out should we apply rule 1 or rule 2 or rule 3 or rule 4. For that there are key words to understand, and every question I'll make you underline that also. Which words will make you understand that we should apply rule? Either or. If you remember, either or will come in the same sentence. In the definition of A union B itself, I discussed this word. That what is A union B's definition? Union of 2 events. If there are 2 events A and B in a sample space, then the set of elements belonging to A or B or both is called A union. In the definition itself, we had seen the word or. So union means or, and further if you remember I told you again yesterday, or means addition and means multiplication. So addition means it will be indicated by the word or. Okay. The other words will be at least, will be, is, and same. These words will indicate that we have to apply the rule of addition. Now why the other words? Either or is understood because the definition itself says it includes the set of elements of A or B or both. But why these 3 words? Because their hidden meaning, implied meaning or only. If I suppose say that the problem of probability is given to Sara and Dara. One problem of probability, one question of probability is given to Sara and Dara. Now what is the probability that the problem of probability is solved? What is the probability that the problem of probability is solved? What does it mean? Either Sara solves it, or Dara solves it, or both solve it. So what is the hidden meaning of the word is? Either or. If I say, what is the probability that at least one of them solves the problem? At least one of them solves the problem again means what? Either Dara solves it or Sara solves it or both solve it. If I ask the question, what is the probability that the problem of probability will be solved? Again, what does it mean? Either Dara solves it or Sara solves it or both of them solve it. Okay? Now what does this word same indicate in this hand? Suppose I say that there are 3 red colored balls. Which color? Red. And there are 3 black colored balls. Which color? Black. Now if I ask you the question, find the probability that the selected balls are of same color. What does it mean? Either the selected balls are red or black. So again, what is the hidden meaning in same? Either. Understood this everyone? Anyone having any doubts in this? So these words will make you underline whenever we solve any question. Which words will indicate the rule of addition? Either or, at least will be is same. Note down these words. Anyone not clear with the thing so far? Yes? Same. Okay, suppose you are playing cards. Okay? And you select 2 cards out of 22 cards. Now if I say find the probability that both the cards are of the same color, what does it mean? What did you say? Either they will be or black. So what is the hidden meaning of saying either? Did you understand this? Anyone else not clear with any of the words? Okay. Now there are 3 cases to be understood. Okay. First case is, all of you are writing this in summary, right? Yes. First case, put your pens down. When events are mutually exclusive. First case is when events are mutually exclusive. First case is when events are not mutually exclusive. Now, first of all, so what is the meaning of mutually exclusive? What is the main characteristic of mutually exclusive events? Stand up. Suchitra, main characteristic of mutually exclusive events. What is null set? Stand up. Don't speak in between. Muskan? A intersection B equals to null set. You are not revising the things. I told you if you don't revise everything, you have to write 100 times. So both of you read everything 20 times. All the important notes in the terms and all the formulas done so far. I want 20 times better from both of you. Sit down. Yes, what do you mean by mutually exclusive? A intersection B is null set. But here I am talking about not mutually exclusive means they are not null set. Intersection is possible. Mutually exclusive means the events are, intersection is null set. Intersection is not possible. But here I am saying not mutually exclusive means that intersection is not null set. Intersection is possible. Okay, so how we will find the probability? Understand it. If there are 2 events, let us say A and B, there's a Venn diagram, sample space U, A, B. Okay, now A union B means this whole part. You remember the shading we had done? Yes. Okay, so if I say P A union B equals to, intersection is possible because they are not mutually exclusive. If I say P A union B equals to P A means, can I say this part? Any confusion in this? Okay, plus I say PB means, can I say this part? Now, see it carefully. When I am adding PA plus PB, does PA include A intersection B? Does PB include PA intersection B? When I add these two, does A intersection B get added 2 times or no? See, checks is there in between. This is included only 1 time, this is included only 1 time. But here you will find horizontal line also, vertical line also. Means that intersection is included how many times? 2 times when I add PA plus PB. It should be included. A intersection B should be included in A union B, but only 1 time. And here it gets included 2 times. So excluded 1 time. Means what is the formula of PA union B? PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. What is the logic of subtracting A intersection B? In PA also A intersection B is included. In PB also A intersection B is included. So in adding the 2, it gets included 2 times. We excluded 1 time. Is everyone clear with this? Now when we do PA intersection B, A union B union C, suppose there are 3 events now. A, B, C. Now we talk about 3 events. A union B union C means the entire part. Okay, this is A union B union C. Any confusion in that? Now, first of all, A union B union C, rule of addition. So I do PA plus PB plus PC. Now what happens? Same concept. When I add PA and PB, then A intersection B gets included 2 times, excluded once. When I add PB and PC, then B intersection C also gets included 2 times, excluded once. When I add PA and PC, then A intersection C also gets included 2 times, so excluded once. Now understand this part. That is A intersection B intersection C. Is it included in A?
Yes.
Is it included in B?
Yes.
Is it included in C?
Yes.
Definitely. A intersection B intersection C means it is there in all the three. Okay. Is it included in A intersection B?
Yes.
A intersection B intersection C. Is it included in A intersection B or not?
Yes.
Is it included in B intersection C?
Yes.
This is B intersection C. In that also it is included. Is it included in A intersection C? There also it is included. Now what happens in this formula? And just focus on that dark part. What is the dark part? A intersection B. Just focus on that. It is included. It is included. It is included. So it gets included how many times? 3 times. It is included in A intersection B. By minus it gets excluded 1 time. It is included in B intersection C also. By minus it gets excluded 2nd time. It is included in A intersection C also. By minus it gets excluded 3rd time. Means 3 times it is included, 3 times it is excluded. So it completely gets eliminated or not? So now add it back. Because A union B union C must include that center part also. But by adding it 3 times and then subtracting it 3 times, it completely gets removed. So now include it back. So what will be your formula of A union B union C? PA plus PB plus PC minus PA intersection B minus PB intersection C minus PA intersection C plus PA intersection B intersection C. What is the logic of subtracting A intersection B? In A and B it gets included 2 times, excluded once. What is the logic of subtracting B intersection C? In B and C it is included 2 times, subtracted once. What is the logic of subtracting A intersection C? In PA plus PC it is included 2 times, subtracted once. What is the logic of adding A intersection B intersection C? A intersection B intersection C is first included 3 times, then excluded 3 times, so it completely gets removed. Now we add it. Did anyone understand these 2 formulas? Write it down. So anyone not there with this, any of the 2 formulas can ask it to me. Which chapter going on in GRDMS? Time series. Part 2 chapter 2. Part 1 is complete.
Yes.
Mathematical chapter. Limits is like that only. Pure mathematical chapter. I did not teach you up till now. Yes, did you all write this? Now, case 2 understand. Who are still writing this? Suketu sir's relative, who means, I don't understand exactly. Father's sister has expired, so he has gone to Baluch for that. He would have returned by now, so tomorrow he will take the classes. Yes? Tomorrow Abhishek sir will take class. Now, case 2 when events are mutually exclusive. Now be attentive. What do you mean by mutually exclusive? A intersection B is null set, or even A intersection B intersection C is null set. Understood that everyone? One more thing. Whenever the word same comes, it means in this, I told you the words. If the word same comes, means it is case 2 only. Like just now, I told you 3 red balls, 3 black balls, 2 balls are selected. If I ask you the question, what is the probability that both the balls are of same color? What does it mean? Either both are red or both are black. So intersection, is it possible? Can it be red and black both?
No.
So whenever the word same comes, means they are always mutually exclusive. Case 2 formula will be used. And case 2 formula is very simple. Case 1 is clear, then case 2 and 3 is automatically clear. Case 1 is clear. Now here A intersection B is? So A intersection B will not come. Intersections will not come. Means what is A union B? PA plus PB. What is A union B union C? PA plus PB plus PC. Write it along with me. Do you understand this question, everyone?
Yes.
So PA union B is simply equal to PA plus PB, and PA union B union C is simply equals to PA plus PB plus PC. All of you are clear with case 2? And throughout the chapter, remember, wherever the word same comes, means we have to apply without intersection formulas. Directly A plus B plus C. All of you are reading this? Shall I proceed? Now case 3, write down along with me. When the events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. When the events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Now mutually exclusive means intersection is null set. Now what do you mean by exhaustive? A union B equals to sample space, or even A union B union C equals to sample space. Understood that, everyone? That we studied earlier in the terms that the main characteristic of exhaustive events is that union is equal to sample space. Now be attentive. First of all, they are mutually exclusive. So this formula is going to remain same. That is PA union B equals to PA plus PB. Now, exhaustive means union equals to sample space. What is the probability of entire sample space? 1. We studied that in PA, not also PA complement also. What is the probability of entire sample space? A union B is entire sample space, means can I say this probability will be equal to 1. So this formula will remain same. What extra thing will come? It will be equal to 1. Same way, A union B union C will be equal to PA plus PB plus PC, and your answer will be equal to 1. Now the question arises, if answer is equal to, then what will you have to find? Missing figures. This case will be generally used when A union B's probability will be given, A will be given, B will be missing. So we'll take it equal to 1 and find PB by taking A on the right side. Or here A, B, C, any one of the probabilities is missing. Case 3 will be especially used to find the missing probabilities. Did everyone understand this? Write it down. All are clear with this? Now, actually exercise 1.2's last 2 questions were remaining. But the reason why I have taken this is because this formula is used in exercise 1.2 also. That's why I have taken up these rules before doing the last 2 questions of exercise 1.2. Take out exercise 1.2. Page number 26. Last 2 questions are remaining, but since this formula is used in those questions, I have taken this concept before exercise 1.2. Okay? Look at question number 17. 17 is a simple one, directly based on formulas only. If you all remember the notes properly, then it can be very easily solved. Directly you have to apply the formulas. That's it. formula based question. For two events A and B in the sample space of a random experiment, PA equals to 0.6, write it down. PB equals to 0.5 and PA intersection B is equal to 0.15. Got it, everyone? Now first answer is asked PA complement, PA not. Srivastav, how will you find PA not? We have done it in the notes. PA not, PA complement. All the notes 20 times. Important points and all the formulas 20 times. Rahul?
PA not is equal to A union B whole not.
All the formulas 20 times. There are
1 minus PA.
1 minus PA. When will you people learn all the formulas perfectly well? Okay, both of you write this formula, not this formula, all the formulas 20 times. Write down PA naught is equal to 1 minus PA. So 1 minus 0.6, 0.4. Did you all understand this? So all we have already written in the notes. Now second one is as this PB minus A. So Anjali, what is PB minus A equals to? All the formulas and notes 20 times. Zena?
PB minus PA intersection B.
Difference event B minus A. All of it on P of B minus A equals to PB minus PA intersection B. What is PB? 0.5 minus PA intersection B 0.15. So 0.35. All of you are able to understand this? Then Mir, A intersection B naught. A intersection B complement, A intersection B naught. All the formulas and notes 20 times. Maulin, A intersection B naught.
PA minus PA intersection B.
Yes, A intersection B naught means difference event A minus B. 4 languages I told you for that. A minus B, A intersection B naught, A occurs but B does not occur, only A occurs. All the 4 things means one and the same. I made it write in the notes. So write everything 20 times. Write down all of you. A intersection B naught is equal to PA minus B, which is equal to PA minus PA intersection B, which is equal to 0.6 minus 0.15, that is equal to 0.45. Got it, everyone? So everything we have written in the notes perfectly well. Next, Sarah, A naught intersection B naught.
A naught.
Read that. Fourth question. A naught means A complement, intersection B
A
complement.
union B naught.
Correct. Fourth is A naught intersection B naught. This also we have written as P A union B whole naught. Do you remember this?
Yes.
For this fourth question only, I have taken this entire concept today also. Because A union B will have to be found out first. Now, how will you find A union B naught? Srivastava, what is A naught?
1 minus PA.
How will you find A union B naught?
P bracket
What is A naught?
1 minus PA.
How will you find A union B naught?
0.4. मतलब 1 minus PA.
Ravan?
PA union B not is equal to 1 minus PA union B.
A union B not 1 minus A union B. Not means 1 minus. 1 minus A union B. Understood or not? Any complement is simply 1 minus. Okay, so 1 minus A union B. Now 1 minus. Now this one. A union B. What formula did we study? PA
Plus P.
plus PB minus PA intersection Did anyone understand this? So write down PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. Are you all clear with this? For this reason I have taken up those rules in the beginning today. So 1 minus, what is PA? 0.6 plus PB 0.5. Okay, PA 0.6 plus PB 0.5 minus A intersection B 0.15. So 1 minus 0.95, that is 0.05. Okay, 0.6 plus 0.5 minus 0.15 is 0.95. Anyone having any doubt in this? Then fifth question. Who all are still doing the fourth? Raise your hand. Okay, now fifth question. Danesh, how will you find A naught union B naught? All the notes 20 times. Why are you not coming in the morning? Virendra, how will you find A naught union B naught? All the notes 20 times. Formulas and notes. Faisal? A naught union B naught is equal to PA intersection B whole naught. Srivastava, how will you find this? I am asking you, how will you find A intersection B naught? Suyo?
1 minus PA.
1 minus PA union B. And you were laughing on it. Yes, Ruta, will you find A intersection B naught?
1 minus A intersection.
1 minus A intersection B. 1 minus PA intersection B. So 1 minus, what is A intersection B? 0.15. So 0.85. Did you understand this portion, everyone? So look at question number 18. Mark it important. 18 you have to repeat in the homework also. Question 18 is important. You will also repeat it in the homework. Yes, listen everyone. For two events A and B in the sample space of a random experiment, TA naught, first write down the given information, TA naught equals to 2 TB naught equals to 3 PA intersection B equals to 0.6. Find the probability of difference events A minus B and B minus A. Raise your hand, how will you do that? A minus B and B minus A. Tara?
P naught is equal to 0.6, then the PB naught is equal to 0.3, and the PA intersection B is equal to 0.2.
After that?
Then PA is equal to 1 minus PA naught is equal to 1 minus PA.
Correct, sufficient. Be attentive everyone. Very first of all, from this, first of all we have to find PA minus PB and PB minus PA. Means A minus B we require A minus A intersection B. And for B minus A we require, what is the formula of B minus A? B minus A intersection B. In short, first we require PA, PB and PA intersection B. Three things are required that we have to get from this. From this, see, PA naught equals to 2 PB naught equals to 3 PA intersection B, and all these three are equal to 0.6. So first we write three things from this. What three things? That PA naught is equal to 0.6. Also 2 PB naught is equal to 0.6. Also 3 PA intersection B equals to 0.6. Understood that? All these three are equal to 0.6. PA naught is equal to 0.6. 2 PB naught is also equal to 0.6. 3 PA intersection B is also equal to 0.6. From this we can find out PA. PA will be equal to 1 minus PA naught. 1 minus 0.6, 0.4. Raise your hand who did not understand this. All are clear up till here? Now, first of all, if you bring 2 on the right side, then can I say PB naught equals to 0.6 upon 2? 2 on the right side will get divided. So PB naught is equal to 0.3. Now what is PB equal to? 1 minus PB naught. 1 minus 0.3. 0.7. Any confusions with this? Same way, if you bring 3 on the right side, it will get divided. So what is PA intersection B equals to 0.6 divided by 3, 0.2. Understood this, everyone? Now we can apply the formulas. 2 things are asked, direct formulas to be used. What 2 things are asked? A minus B, so A minus A intersection B, B minus A, B minus A intersection. Now PA minus B equals to PA minus PA intersection B, that is 0.4 minus 0.2, that is 0.2, and PB minus A is equal to PB minus PA intersection B is equal to 0.7 minus 0.2, that is 0.5. Are you all clear with this? Any confusions? Homework questions all okay able to do?
Yes.
Illustration 18 I am showing on the board. Okay, listen carefully. If you have copied it, it's very wrong because the method which they have used in textbook is very, very confusing. Throughout the chapter, remember this.
So you discussed it.
Yes, but still, throughout the chapter, remember this. Whatever solutions are done in textbook, don't see them. Do the homework with the technique we are doing in the class. Just match the final answers. Final answers will come soon. Their techniques are like when you can catch the nose this way, they will catch the nose this way. Such techniques are used in the textbook. Okay? So be careful that you don't try to see the solution, otherwise you'll get confused. And one more warning you can say, or you can say advice for you: never teach probability to anyone. If any of your friend remains absent and asks you, please teach me what I missed yesterday, say no. Because if you teach him probability, you will forget if he asks you any doubt. Okay, in this chapter practically you will see even when I am solving the question, except the formulas part, I don't involve any participation. Because the moment you start thinking, you always think wrong only. And I want all of you to think in one direction only. So directly I explain you the method of solving it so that anything else doesn't come only in your way. The chapter is very confusing. So if you try to teach anyone that probability chapter and he asks a single doubt, you'll totally get and then you'll forget what you have learned also. So never teach to anyone, otherwise there are 100% chances. The probability is one that you will also fail. Okay, so be careful with these points. Now look at illustration 18. The method used in the textbook is totally different. If anyone has done with that method, means a very good info. A box contains 10 chits, of which 3 chits are eligible for prize, and out of 10 chits, 3 are eligible, means 7 are not eligible for prize. Total there are 10 chits. Clear in there? A boy named Kadan, does not make any difference, randomly selects 2 chits from this box. So n will be equal to 10C2. I told you a shortcut method, remember yesterday? 2 means open 10 2 times 10 into 9. Open the denominator 2 into 1. So 2 into 5, 5 into 9, 45. N is 10C2, which is 45. Now further, we have to find the probability that Katan gets the prize. So we'll say let event A be the event that Katan gets the prize. Read on that. Let event A be the event that Katan gets the prize. In case if you have not got it, then only. Now Guess the price as two situations possible. Two chicks are selected. So in two situations he can get the price. Either he selects both the chicks which are eligible for price, or he selects one chick which is eligible for price and one chick which is not eligible for price. Then also he wins the prize or not?
Yes.
So Katan wins the prize in two situations. Either he selects both the chicks which are eligible for prize, or he selects one chick eligible for prize and one chick not eligible for prize. So how will you find M of event A? Both the chicks eligible for prize means 3C2 into 7C0. Both the chicks eligible for prize means none of the not eligible chicks are selected. So 7C0. Or means plus, and means into. One chick eligible for prize, and means multiplication. One not eligible for prize, 7C1. Of this I told you the shortcut yesterday. What is 3 minus 2? 1. So 3C2 will be equal to 3C1. And what is 3C1 equal to? 3. Anything C0 is 1. And this is 3 into 7. 3 plus 21, that is 24. Now probability that he wins the prize, MA upon N. 24 by 45. 3 into 8, 3 into... See, final answer you'll see it comes to 8 by 3. What they have done, God knows. Did you understand this? So anyone who did not understand this point, this is the way of solving the question. I repeat exercise 1.2 question 16 again, because yesterday when I solved it, it was in hurry at the time of leaving the class, and today all of you will repeat that question in the homework. You can understand when I am telling you to repeat that question again. It means it is exercise 1.2, again page 26, question 16. Similar type, be attentive. 3 bulbs are defective in a box of 10 bulbs. That you solved on your own yesterday, so I am doing it again. 3 out of 10 are defective means 7 are non-defective. Total there are 10 bulbs. Okay. 2 bulbs are randomly selected from this box. So N will be equal to 10 C2, 10 into 9 upon 2 into 1, 45. Are you okay with this? Now these bulbs are fixed in 2 bulb holders installed in a room. Find the probability that the room will be lighted after starting the electric supply. Let event A be the event that the room is lighted. Now lighted means 2 things are possible. 2 bulbs are selected. Either you select both the bulbs which are not defective, then both the holders will give you the light, the room gets lighted. Or even if you select one bulb which is non-defective and one bulb which is defective, one of the light will work, so room will get lighted. Okay, so how will you again find M of event A? Both are non-defective means 3C0. None of the defective are selected. Both are selected from non-defective 7C2 plus, or means plus. One non-defective 7C1 and one defective 3C1. 3C1 into 7C1. 3C0 is 1. 7C2, 7 into 6 upon 2 into 1. Plus 3C1 is 3, 7C1 is 7. 2 into 3, so 7 into 3 is 21, plus again 3 into 7 is 21, so 42. And P of A is MA upon N, 42 upon 45. Now 3 into 14 and 3 into 15, so 14 by 15. Did everyone understand this? So this you have to repeat in the, okay, and illustration 23 is your homework. Illustration 23 is your homework. See, you have to repeat 16 and 18. Like 18th question is illustration 23. Similar to 18th question is illustration 23, so that part you must be able to understand. Okay? Try it out, if you're not able to solve, then I should be on the. Then we all for today. Bye everyone.